Hey, my name is Miles Engelman, and I rode 125C at Loretta's this year 2022 season, and playing 17th overall, and I'm a original MSF rider.
I just immediately knew when Miles took his first class at MSF that he was just hooked.
Yeah, I mean, the first experience at MSF was fantastic, right? I mean, the coaches are great. They provide all the gear. They provide a bike. You know, he was a little nervous, but you know, once he got used to the straddle walk, and you know, he was hooked.
And I mean, it started out as just something that he wanted to try, and saw it, thought it was cool, and you know, it just went from there.
To see him out there on the bike and the way they progress the kids, kind of one stage at a time throughout the day. You actually get to watch and see them progress, and you could just tell that he was just getting a lot of confidence out of it.
I did the class probably 24 times, and just kept doing it and doing it because, you know, it was where I was having the most fun on my weekends.
So the Motorcycle Safety Foundation DirtBike School is a course that is designed for someone with little to no off-road riding experience, and is an opportunity for them to come out and learn the basic skills of operating an off-road motorcycle. We've had people as young as, like I said, 6 years old, all the way up to, I think our oldest student was in their mid to late 70s here at the campus. And it's designed for someone with little to no motorcycling experience, and it's an opportunity for them to come out, try riding a dirt bike, get some coaching, and learn the fundamentals of riding off-road.
It's exciting, you know, he was in second grade when he started, and you just have this sense of, I don't know, doing something that you've never done before.
So when a student comes to take DirtBike School, we supply everything, head to toe gear, helmet all the way from jersey, pants, gloves, boots, as well as the motorcycle, and then of course the instruction.
You know, we're not your typical motocross family. We live in the suburbs, you know, we only have a 2-car garage, we don't have a backyard or anything like that. And so most of my suburban friends kind of look at me like I'm crazy, like, I can't believe you let your child do that, you know, but gosh, the sense of adventure and all of the fun and the great athleticism that's required for the sport have just been wonderful.
So Miles and I's relationship started, you know, as a coach-student relationship, and then that kind of grew into kind of a mentorship. You know, he and his dad would ask, you know, where should we go ride these dirt bikes? You know, we've done 20-something classes here at the campus. Where can we go ride these things?
You know, I think they just kept telling my dad, you know, hey, you should get him a bike, you should get him a bike, get him riding at the local tracks and stuff. You know, I think he'd really like that. And, you know, I ended up really liking it, and that's kind of, you know, what kicked into all the racing sort of thing and just riding more at the local tracks.
You know, Miles started leaning more towards motocross. Well, that was also my background. So I started recommending motocross tracks. I would meet he and his family at motocross tracks, help him out, you know, give him some pointers, things like that. And then did that for a while, and then he was like, you know what, I think I want to race.
I think my first race was at Fannin County Motocross, and it was just a little local event. And I actually ended up winning both of my classes, which made it even better. And you know, they gave you these huge, tall trophies, and it was a pretty awesome experience.
So when Miles ended up qualifying for Loretta Lynn's, that was like, wow, you know, he made it.
Yeah, Loretta's is like the pinnacle. I mean, it is the top of the top.
Loretta Lynn's is a beautiful place in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee.
I would describe Loretta's as basically the end game for youth amateur motocross, right? If you're wanting to compete at the highest level, you know, that's where you do it.
At the end of the day, you're one of the 42 riders that are best in your class in the whole nation. And, you know, being on the gate, you know, telling yourself that after a race at Loretta's, it's, you know, it kind of hits you. Definitely, you know, it hits you, you know, it's just, you're one of the 42 best riders of your class, and that's why it's such a big deal. To somebody who never knew about motocross, I would describe it as very physically demanding, and you really need to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, as they say at MSF, stupid hurts. You gotta know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then you're most likely that's how things are gonna go wrong.
It's a thrill, it's an adrenaline, you know, thing. It's not for everybody, you know, but if your kid maybe hasn't really picked the sport and, you know, has a high drive, you know, try it out.
One of the best things about motocross and motorcycle riding in general is that for us, anytime we go to a race or event or go someplace to ride, we're outside, we're completely offline, and it's just our time to connect. So in terms of family time and being able to spend time together, it's a great sport for that.
So Miles and other students who take the DirtBike School are going to develop the fundamentals of riding a dirt bike, just the basics, how to properly mount the motorcycle, how to properly start the motorcycle, and then we're going to progress to, riding that motorcycle, where your elbows should be, where your feet should be on the pegs, squeezing the motorcycle, all about body positioning so you have a good foundation to build off of as you advance as a rider.
So I think from a process standpoint and a progression standpoint, we started with laying the foundation at MSF, and then as his skills got better and his results got better in the racing arena, we just moved along at his pace.
Starting me out, MSF, I don't think I ever would have really gotten as into it if my dad didn't take me back, or if I didn't beg to go back because of how much I liked it.
I've just never seen Miles so focused, just so deliberate, so intentional in the things that he's doing to progress in the sport.
I'm very proud of Miles. He's done more with the sport than I ever did with the sport at his age, and I remind him of that, often.
We're doing things in our family life that I never imagined we would do. And with motocross, we've also had the opportunity to see parts of the country we'd never thought we'd go to, meet people from all over the place, and just really have a community that's outside of our immediate area and our immediate neighborhood.
I am very grateful that I found motocross. It's brought a lot. It's brought my family together. It's brought a lot of friends that I never knew I'd met, and I don't think I could, really function without. Learning from experts, made it a little easier, considering the things that you need to learn, you were being taught right from the start.